Starting our long voyage down to the job, the end of the road. The machine was dropped off up there by the grader. So it should have been dropped off all the way down there on the side. It wasn't. Well, that's it for the day. After swing around, after expanding that road and digging out a drain and digging out a bit of a cul-de-sac out the back, knocking over the piles on the other side of it, this job's a wrap. Spent most of the day in the excavator anyway. Used the bobcat for maybe 10 minutes doing a bit of clean-up. Just going over little bits of stuff, but nah, that's all pretty good. Like 207, can't complain. Well, that's a pretty good day. Then again, we started at, I think, 5 this morning at the yard. I spent, I don't know, probably 15 minutes unloading and getting shit loaded up and fueling up, getting out here, finding the job. That shit there all added up. But at the end of the day, yeah, we got everything done. So I'm happy with what happened today. I'm happy with the outcome and happy with how much we got done. So yeah, call that a pretty good day. Still tracking away. Tracked from over here, and we started tracking from all the way back there, right by the sunlight, it's coming through. Just going past gate 7. You know, it's embarrassing when you look over and you see the nursery and you see a loader coming straight past you and it's going like a lot faster than you. Mind you, it already just went past before, so. And you're doing like literally 4 or 5 k's an hour. Clock says it's 2:15, it's actually 2:18. Sorry, 2:19. So you're just gonna sit in there for another 5 minutes. Constantly tracking with your feeties. And just hope the fucking thing speeds up a little faster. So I'll see you when we get back to the car. Still tracking away. Tracked from over here, and we started tracking from all the way back there, right by the sunlight, it's coming through. Just going past gate 7. You know, it's embarrassing when you look over and you see the nursery and you see a loader coming straight past you and it's going like a lot faster than you. Mind you, it already just went past before, so. And you're doing like literally 4 or 5 k's an hour. Clock says it's 2:15, it's actually 2:18. Sorry, 2:19. So you're just gonna sit in there for another 5 minutes. Constantly tracking with your feeties. And just hope the fucking thing speeds up a little faster. So I'll see you when we get back to the car. Well, we're finally back up by the car. Just getting that shit out of the bobcat. Finally got the excavator up here after 20 minutes walking. Yeah. It took us like a few minutes to get that bobcat up here. I only used up like 10 minutes today, 15 minutes, if that. Been in that for the whole day, so it's cool. Even better, I was working alongside the council. It's a nice grader that they got. And a little smooth drum. Not a bad machine. You can really feel the vibrations in the cab with that excavator when that vibrator's on. So, it's pretty cool. But Yep, we're done for the day. This project's already wrapped up down there, so we're gonna head back down that way. I'm gonna take another video and take some pics, and then we're gonna head off and call it for the day. That'll be job done. So we're heading back down to the job site now. That car's going. No, we're good. The main road down here is just a fucking shocker. I mean, you can see how bad the potholes are along here. I already did a patch job just back there, which is one. There's another couple bad potholes. Another one there, a few other here, right there, fucking asshole. A few here, there, a few everywhere. Everywhere in between, really. Just try to avoid them as best you can, you know. Oh, fuck. So, the council was working on this section of the road here today when I was down the very end doing all the drainage and ditches and stuff. The council were along here with the water truck and the grader and the roller, just giving this road a nice, nice regrade, going over all the bigger potholes and rocks and other sort of debris that was down this way. So it's nice. Awesome for them to get that there done. They still had, I think, another section of road to finish grading. It was through the forestry. That was up the other end of the intersection that we went through. But yeah, as you can see, it's coming up to it. You may or may not be able to see the cones properly. But everywhere behind those cones was all wet. It was a major wet spot. So I had to dig out a large wet spot and lay in some stone for a new drain. So here we're driving on the new road now that we worked on all day today. We stripped all the sides, went through and cut the drains through on the side, and the roller's gone over and destroyed the drains. Good old roller operators, I suppose. Oh, sorry, no, not roller operator. It was a grade operator. Let's get out and move that cone. We'll just go forward. And, yeah. It's a bit of a nightmare sort of situation in this section, so let's go and have a look. And here we are, just showing you everything on what was done today. So all this here was all mud and everything. That was the original ditch that went through this whole section here. We just went through and just covered all the old drainage ditch up. You can see where it used to go through. It used to run up straight through here and just line up. Yeah, it went straight through there too. We dug out the new ditch for it to redivert down here into this section here. It needs a bit more of a clean out, but the council's pretty happy with that so far, so it should do the job. And the whole reason why this had to be done was because of the garbage trucks. They couldn't get in and out properly. They didn't want to drive forward or reverse into the driveway and then just drive on out, which would have been a lot smarter than having us come in, dig out a cul-de-sac, lay in all this geofab and all the riprap to build this area up, because I think we've got another load of stone coming tomorrow to build this up properly. So the council's gonna go over it tomorrow with the roller, get this all compacted and stuff, get this all built up. But yeah, all the material that came out of this whole drain here, this whole cul-de-sac ditch section, whatever you want to call it, it's all just lost in here. We just spread it all out, tracked it all in with the excavator and the bobcat, and we went for a good few hours on this stuff. I mean, it's all pretty spongy, You know, it's decent yellow clay, but the stuff gets that sticky, sticks into your tracks and makes things turn to shit. But at the same time, this is the best sort of stuff you want to use for dams, because it sticks so well. So spread out a fair bit of dirt, a fair bit of grass. There's a big random patch of mud there that was meant to get spread out, but we were already up there at the time. Didn't get time to knock that one there over, but the council's not too fussed about that. So we've just lost a majority of the grass and dirt and stuff all into the bush, really, just to try clean the area up. And out here, out in Donnybrook where we're working, you don't really have to dig that deep to hit the water, because we've got a creek down there, and those trees through there. It's an old creek that runs through there somewhere. We've already got water that's already seeping through and already coming up in the drain there, in the ditch. You may or may not be able to see it that well. It's all built up all in here. And you should be able to see it pretty clearly in here. It's just filled up on that big ditch that we had dug out for some more stone for tomorrow. I mean, you can clearly see it's still coming through, you know. You might not be able to see it on film, but you can see it slowly coming through the sides there. But yeah, all day we've just spent building the road. So we had to cut this here about 750 wide or something like that. Yeah, 750, 800 wide, all the way through there to get some extra room, extra clearance for the gate and stuff. And recut all this for a new drain to come through. After the graders came through, it's just made things a little bit shit. It's already backfilled the entire drain, so it's all got to get redone. This whole section here, that all has to go. That's all just too wet and too sloppy. And pretty soft too, so we had trucks coming down here, they just started to go down a little bit. I'll take you up there later, on the way up. But, yeah, everything, we've mainly just spread out all here on the shrubs. All loose dirt and grass and everything else. Just trying to clean the site up a little bit, because obviously we want to try and minimise taking material off site. So we're just sort of losing it as best we can. Up in the bush there, up in the scrubs. Yeah. Yep, I can already feel this is pretty spongy too. I mean, you're already seeing the ground. It's a bit spongy. You know, I can feel the whole ground moving all underneath me. I mean, all this here, all has to be replaced. So much water built up under this, it's not even funny. I have to dig all that out and replace that with fresh fill. Recompact it. But at the same time, because you've got the creek down there, it's probably because of all the springs and stuff. You know, it's all spring fed area. Yeah, here's all the geofab and rock we laid, or the riprap, and spread all this out with the excavator and the roller. Originally I was going to use the bobcat on this, but we just didn't really want to use the bobcat on this too much, so we used the excavator to really spread it all out. Plus, the excavator did a better job doing it, so it's my first time really spreading out rock like this and doing this sort of work, so it's pretty cool. I don't normally do this sort of work, but you know what, it's something different. It's a different sort of project, and yeah, it was a pretty good project too. Pretty happy and pretty pleased with how it turned out. You know, I'm happy with it, so I can't argue with this. It's a beautiful job, beautiful day. What else can you say? Except I'm happy with this one. We're heading off site now. Yeah, we're heading home for the day. We have another council job that comes up tomorrow. Be nice if we do. Wow, that is tight. Let's put that cane back. Alright, so the section that went really bad was up here. You can see the soft spot right up here in this corner section. You see all these wheels is really sunk into that section of the drain there. That drain there was pretty wet and pretty shitty all through here. You know, not sure what the hell the council truckers were thinking when they were going through that. But you can see it's dropped down a couple of inches. You know, it's dropped down probably 3-4 inches. And it's just that wet. And it's just too dangerous really for the trucks to go through, so the majority of all they'd have to get taken out. But at the same time, you know, you'd be dealing with all the groundwater. You know, it's constantly coming through, so I dug a section out. I threw some fill back in, and after I threw the fill back in, it just turned to a slurry. So it didn't quite help the situation that much. So that's why we had to come back in and take out all the fill that I threw in to lay in the geofab and all the shale, all the riprap, to try to really get all that there nice. But yeah, it's just in some spots it's just really wet, and others it's perfect, you know, perfect soils that you can work with. But most of the whole site really was just wet and swampy, you know. It was just an absolute mud pit. You know, you'd lose an excavator if you didn't know what the hell you were doing. You'd lose something a lot more than that, so. Everyone's all leaving the nursery today. Not one happy bunch. Not one happy person in the bunch. They'll all be looking at the council equipment going, are you serious? You guys have been here all day and you haven't even done the whole road? Like, come on. Seriously? Well, from what I heard from the other council guys, from one of them anyway, things have changed with them. So, normally, well, there's no duty of care with them anymore, so that won't indicate. We'll just keep going up. Check over the equipment one more time. Make sure all buckets and everything are all in there pretty good. They're all in there pretty snug, pretty tight. Don't have any dramas with them tonight. So they're all organised and all in there and looking good and looking sharp. What are you thanking me for, mate? I was making sure no one else was coming. But you're welcome. And, yeah, so, see what tomorrow brings us.